this is to end in fire, then we shall all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out Father, oh, stand by and we will watch the flames burn over and on the mountainside. And if we should die tonight, we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time, calling out Father, oh, prepare as we will watch the flames burn over and on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollow souls. I see fire burning the breeze. I hope that you remember me. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Apa khabar semua? Anda bersama saya AminHayat dalam AminHayat Show. Hari ini hari Khamis bersama dengan 8 Julai. Terima kasih kepada anda yang sentiasa menyokong saya dalam Flying High After Crisis ini. Okey, untuk itu terima kasih kepada anda yang sentiasa menyokong saya dan saya akan kongsikan kepada anda tentang pepatah Melayu lah yang mengatakan bahawa serumpun bak serai, sesusun bak sirih. Mungkin pepatah ini kita jarang-jarang dengar, tetapi ia berkaitan dengan amalan hidup saling muafakat yang tidak berpecah belah antara keluarga, antara jiran-jiran, antara masyarakat setempat dan sebagainya. Jadi disebabkan oleh pandemik inilah kan, kita masih lagi dalam suasana perintah kawalan pergerakan dan juga di Selangor dan juga di beberapa kawasan Kuala Lumpur juga diperintahkan PKPD. Jadi kita kena tanyalah kabar prihatinlah untuk masyarakat setempat. Tanyalah kabar jiran-jiran kita dan juga kawan-kawan kita. Baiklah, kepada anda di sini sebelum ini tular berkenaan dengan kempen bendera putih mengatakan bahawa sesiapa yang mempunyai masalah yang berkaitan dengan ekonomi ataupun susah ketika pandemik ini boleh mengibarkan bendera putih di luar rumah. Jadi kepada anda yang menyokong dengan kempen ini boleh letakkan di ruangan komen, letak tanda 1. Boleh saya tengok di siapakah yang ada di live ini? Oh, Eric. Oh, my friend. Thank you very much, Eric T. Okay, Eddie Firdaus. Okay, itu bersatu padu dalam segala hal. Memang betul. Tepat sekali. Itu Eddie ni sebenarnya bekas guru sekolah rasanya kan? Ya, Eddie. Okay, terima kasih Puan Rosita. Terima kasih kerana bersama dengan AminHayat ini. Okay, Baiklah, kepada anda itu merupakan kempen bendera putih ini adalah merupakan hak, dan kita kalau mempunyai rezeki yang lebih dalam kesusahan ini, apa salahnya kalau kita membantu, tetapi jangan politikkan isu ini dan janganlah mengambil kesempatan dengan kesulitan orang lain. Okey, untuk makluman kepada anda, hari ini saya akan membawakan tetamu istimewa pada hari ini. Saya nak kongsikanlah bagaimana pertemuan pertama saya bersama dengan beliau. Beliau dan juga isteri sentiasa berada di gym. Saya kalau bukan PKP kan, saya akan berada di gym pukul 7 pagi dia memang dah terpacak dah di gym. Tapi beliau lebih awal daripada saya. Pukul 6 pagi sudah berada di gym untuk workout. Jadi dari situ saya mengenal beliau dan isteri. Rupa-rupanya selepas beberapa kali bercakap dengan beliau merupakan CEO MyNews Holdings Berhad. Wow, begitu disiplin beliau setiap pagi sentiasa workout di gymnasium. Okey, baiklah, untuk itu kita akan bawakan beliau dalam Flying High After Crisis ini untuk mengenal pasti apakah cabaran-cabaran yang ada di MyNews Holdings Berhad ini dan bagaimanakah beliau begitu disiplin dan bagaimana beliau mengatasi dan cabaran pandemik ini dan apakah perancangan-perancangan beliau untuk ke depan selepas pandemik ini. Okey, untuk itu kalau anda tidak tahu, cawangan pertama MyNews ini telah dibuka pada tahun 1996 lagi pada Disember 1996 di Wan Utama. Dan sehingga kini pada tahun 2021 ini lebih daripada 500 cawangan MyNews di seluruh Malaysia dan terdapat empat produk yang jenama di MyNews Holdings Berhad ini, iaitu antaranya MyNews kedai serbaneka, MyNews Super Value WH Smith, dan yang baru-baru ini mereka membawakan kedai serbaneka yang cukup popular di Korea Selatan, iaitu CU. Okey. Dan menurut beliau begitu optimis walaupun keadaan pandemik ini, beliau optimis untuk membuka sehingga 20 hingga 30 cawangan CU di Malaysia. Okey, baiklah, Don Lim, thank you very much for coming here today. Thank you for untuk maklumat kepada anda. Kita nak bercakap lagi sesiapa yang ada di dalam Hai, apa khabar Fuad Al-Hakim, apa khabar? Oh, ini kawan saya daripada Singapura. Terima kasih kerana bersama kami. Okey, Mayona Nur Khalis, thank you very much. Terima kasih kerana bersama dengan AminHayat Show. Okey, kepada anda yang tidak tahu apa itu AminHayat Show Flying High After Crisis, ia terbagi pada 3 bahagian. Yang pertama, saya bercerita tentang senario ataupun info berkenaan syarikat yang diketengahkan, iaitu pada hari ini adalah MyNews, dan yang kedua saya akan membawakan guest untuk bercakap bagaimanakah beliau berdepan situasi pandemik ini, dan yang ketiga adalah sesi soal jawab yang lebih mendalam dan apakah perancangan-perancangan beliau selepas pandemik ini. Untuk mengetahui dengan lebih lanjut, jangan ke mana-mana, tunggu saya selepas ini. Baiklah, terima kasih kepada anda yang setia bersama saya pada hari ini. Tetapi jangan lupa tag dan share kepada rakan-rakan anda, kepada grup-grup anda supaya informasi ini dapat diluaskan kepada umum. Dan jangan lupa like dan juga komen sekiranya anda persoalan boleh keutarakan pandangan anda ataupun persoalan anda di ruangan komen di Facebook dan juga YouTube AminHayat Show dan juga High Flyer Asia. Okey, baiklah, tanpa membuang masa, saya memperkenalkan figura yang hebat iaitu Mr. Dang Tailuk, iaitu Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Kumpulan MyNews Holdings Berhad. Apa khabar Mr. Luke? How are you?
Hi, Amin.
You look awesome today. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, Mr. Luke. Okay, due to the pandemic, how COVID-19 has actually affected MyNews Group and affect your business?
First of all, I have to apologize that I'm speaking in English. I just don't want too much of my message to be drowned because my bahasa is really not as good. Coming back to your question, I would like to begin by saying that nobody can ever claim that they are prepared for the pandemic. I think even the best scientists in the world did not foresee this. So pandemic really struck everybody by surprise and hit everybody hard. The MCO that came with the pandemic became the barometer of the performance of every business. So no matter how hard we try, the performance is determined by the MCOs, the SOPs. In our case, our revenue has been affected between 30 to 50% since day one of the pandemic. So we struggle within the restriction, and every time after an MCO, we were able to recover on an upward trend. And then when the next MCO struck, we dip again. So we have to live with that, a very fluid situation. And I think it affects everybody. So what we have done along the way is we seriously improve efficiency and we control cost in every aspect of our operations. And we have been taking back all the work that has been outsourced. So now we are not outsourcing any of our work. We call ourselves a zero outsource of cost center. And we close badly affected outlets. Some temporarily, some permanently. This is to reduce losses and also to conserve our profitability. We have no choice, but that's how we have to sustain to move forward.
Terima kasih Mr. Luke. Menurut Mr. Luke kata memang tak ada seorang pun dalam yang menjalankan bisnes ini tidak terkesan dengan pandemik COVID-19 ini. Jadi MyNews Holdings Berhad juga revenue ataupun keuntungan menurun sehingga 30% hingga 50% disebabkan oleh Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan ataupun MCO, dan pihaknya mengatakan bahawa terpaksa, biasalah, daripada bukan sahaja beliau tetapi kebanyakan bisnes juga perlu struggle dalam situasi yang mencabar ini, dan apa yang beliau lakukan adalah mengawal kos operasi dan segala kerja-kerja outsource telah diambil balik pihaknya dan dibuat sendiri untuk reduce losses berkenaan. Mr. Luke. Right now they have 500 more than 500 MyNews stores in the country. Do you plan to do a smaller scale due pandemic, or do you want to head on?
Actually, I mean, our appetite to grow remains the same. We are only restricted by the situation, the intensive lockdown. So, for example, last year, the number of new outlets that we were able to open was 59, which is about 50% of our usual annual opening. And this year, we are caught in the same situation. It remains the same, smaller number of new outlets. but we hope to do more. We are just waiting for the restrictions to be lifted, and then we will continue to expand for the future.
Okey, maknanya memang Mr. Luke ini sebenarnya begitu optimis walaupun dengan keadaan situasi semasa pada tahun lepas sahaja cawangan MyNews ini telah dibuka sebanyak 59 iaitu lebih daripada 50% daripada setiap tahun dibukalah. Jadi tunggu masa sahaja MCO ini ditarik balik. The pandemik ini untuk berakhir. Jadi pastinya MyNews akan terus maju ke depan untuk membuka lagi lebih banyak cawangan. Okay, we talking about CU. I follow you in the Facebook. You already open in Bandar Utama, Pulau Rojas, Perkasa KLCC, Desa Petaling. I can see pandemic didn't stop you for moving forward. Actually, why you do this?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We have 4 CU outlets now. Without the MCO 3.0, we will have more. Why? In the West, they would say winter will be over, spring will be here. I think in Malaysia, we say monsoon season will be over and better weather will return. I don't think the pandemic situation and the lockdown will be for too long from now. Somehow life has to return to normal. We are actually laying our foundation, our positive foundation to ride on the economic recovery post-pandemic. So we are not sitting still. Bringing in CU is to tap on the persistently rising popularity of the K culture. And CU is the first authentic convenience store in the country. And also, CU is the first authentic Korean CVS in the country. And CU itself is the first in this whole region. So we are very excited. We are ready to grow CU once we are able to overcome the pandemic situation. And that's the reason.
I see. Okay. Menurut kata Mr. Luke, itu walaupun setakat ini terdapat 4 cawangan CU yang mana saya katakan tadi terdapat di Bandar Utama, di Rojas Perkasa KLCC dan Desa Petaling. Dan pada tahun ini mungkin seperti kata Mr. Luke tadi, musim monsun akan berakhir tidak lama lagi. Jadi dia mengatakan bahawa mungkin pandemik ataupun lockdown ini tidak akan terlalu lama. Jadi dia akan melakukan hidup seperti biasa. Jadi CU ini merupakan satu kedai serbaneka yang cukup popular, otentik daripada Korea Selatan, dan beliau semangat untuk membawa jenama berkenaan untuk diperkenalkan di seluruh rakyat Malaysia ini. Okey, kepada anda audiens kita, kalau ada apa-apa persoalan boleh bertanyakan kepada Mr. Lu kita pada hari ini. Okey, saya nampak Datin. Hi Datin, how are you? Thanks for the uplifting message. You look down. Okay, Datin. Thank you. Alright. Okay, Mr. Luke. Do you re-strategize back your business model because of the pandemic right now?
Oh yes. Definitely, we have to. With our existing CVS model, we use the time that we have, the slower business and the manpower to refurbish and improve on the model. And then along the way, we created MyNews for value. So under the new norm situation, we realized that especially in the residential area, people need more essential items. Shoppers do not want to travel too far. Housewives do not want to travel too far. So they want to get to the closest MyNews and then buy their daily essentials to prepare their meals from day to day. So with that, we have actually created MyNews Super Value. We have 7 MyNews Super Value now. And of course, as you mentioned, CU is a new concept that we brought in. position ourselves for a faster growth. So we have re-strategized for a recovery.
Okay, ada persoalan daripada ada daripada Angeline. Okay, Angeline, hi, how are you? MyNews bringing more convenience in convenience store to us. Yes, correct. We need more hands on entrepreneurs like you to lift up betul to the business sentiments and charge forward what you greet up attitude. Betul tu. Okay, Datin, Winnie ada bertanyakan. AminHayat, thanks. I'm well. Continue to shine in troubled times. Love your inspiring guest list as always. Thank you very much, Datin Winnie lu sentiasa memberikan sokongan kepada saya. Okay, there is a question from my friend actually, Arjali. Hi, my name is Arja. As one of a local celebrity, how can work together with MyNews if ada opportunity? Yeah. Maybe Mr. Lu can answer.
Sure, a good question, Mr. Lee. Actually, there are many areas that we can work together. Despite the fact that we are only a convenience store, from marketing to merchandising to many other areas. A convenience store, even though when you walk inside the convenience store, it just looks like a store, but at the back, so much is happening. We have to do our store design, we have to renovate, we have to deliver goods with our logistics to the store, we have to manage our warehouses, we have to purchase merchandises, we have to do marketing on social media, we have to do marketing on all kinds of media to brand ourselves, to draw in crowds. So there's a wide scope and many areas and opportunities. And we continue to engage with our business associates.
Okay, itu dia, harap dah dapat menjawab pertanyaan teman saya itu Arjali. Okay, kita ada juga pertanyaan daripada Eric T. May I know from Mr. Lu, got any plan to expand MyNews to overseas market like China? Okay, my friend is actually is a businessman from China as well.
Mr. T, at the moment, no. Even though as an entrepreneur, we always say that we have to keep our mind open. In the short term, we would like to focus domestically because we see room to grow. And also for the fact that we have just brought in CU, we are very optimistic to expand CU. Our target is in the next 5 years, we want to do 500 CU stores. And in addition to that, we have MyNews Super Value to grow. We have MyNews own convenience store to grow. We have WH Smith to grow at the airport. So domestically, we would like to focus for a while.
Okay, diharap itu menjawab persoalan Mr. Eric T kita. Okay, back to the question, Mr. Luke. Okay, how can digitalization help your business right now?
I mean, this is actually a very good question and it's a very interesting question. Not known to many people out there. We actually were actually computerizing and digitalizing our business way back in the late 90s. We were actually on e-commerce in the late 90s. That's why we call ourselves MyNews.com.
Yeah.
At that time, the digital payment gateway was not even ready in the country. So we were already placing ourselves on e-commerce. And later on, we became the first CBS to implement e-wallet in our own loyalty program. We became the first CBS to have online order and delivery. And now we are working with GrabMart. We became the first CBS to do pickup, drop-off points for e-commerce. Our cashless transactions payment is increasing by the day. At the back end, we have B2B, we have big data analytic, we have our in-house supply chain from DC all the way to the outlet is fully computerized. So digitalization is a non-stop journey. It puts us on the edge and put us on the forefront of the industry. So despite the fact that we are a domestic homegrown company, we have never stopped on the journey of computerization. So it is important. It is important to everybody, every business. You got to do it. You shouldn't be left behind.
Okay. I think we have a little bit problem about the audio from Mr. Luke's side. Probably, yeah. Maybe Mr. Luke, can you just yep. Nearer mic to your.
Actually, okay.
Is it? Is it possible? Oh.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Sorry about that.
Okay. Never mind. It's okay. We continue. But still, I can hear you, but just a little bit. So no. Okay. We have a question. What is the prospect in Chinese market? From Azlan Aziz. Okay. Boleh Encik Azlan boleh terangkan sikit what is the prospect in the Chinese market? Boleh elaboratekan persoalan itu lebih lanjut tak? Okay, kita teruskan ya, Mr. Luke.
If I could answer generally,
yes.
This market is big. There are already domestic players and international players in China. So the big players, international players of convenience store are already in China. And also, of course, there are opportunities as well. But for MyNews, we want to focus domestically in the short term.
Okay, Mr. Luke, kita ada juga persoalan daripada kawan saya juga, daripada Arjali juga. May I know, Mr. Luke, boleh kongsikan tips atau nasihat to all the usahawan-usahawan kecil di luar sana untuk terus kuat to maintain the business in this pandemic season?
Okay, I think the attitude of an entrepreneur.
Sikap lah ya, attitude.
Yeah, whether in good time or bad time should be the same. We always say that entrepreneurs are unstoppable. So you have to be resilient, persevere, and hold on to the passion. When times are tough, you have to continue to keep driving your business. Like what Amin said in the title of this show, tough times, we will get over tough time, but tough people will stay on. So
betul.
Yeah, this is very important. Like what we are doing now, we are persevering. We are holding on. There are losses, like nobody can run away from that.
Yes.
But then, you sustain, you keep working, you prepare for the recovery, for the post-pandemic boom, and then after that, you move on. I think that's what I would want to say. The grit, the perseverance of an entrepreneur is even more important during bad times.
Ya, harap dia memberikan jawapan dan inspirasi kepada teman saya Arjali. Arjalinya juga ada cookies business. Probably cookies business can put inside the MyNews as well. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Luke, back to the question. If EMCO in the Selangor and Kuala Lumpur extended, what are your strategies right now?
Okay, I mean, like what I have said before, we have done what we could to reposition ourselves. And then at the same time, we are just capturing every window of opportunity. We are just like a hungry man waiting for food. So if the government say you are allowed to open later tomorrow, like you're allowed to open until 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, we are ready today to do it. If the government say EMCO is removed in PJ, we are ready to capture the opportunity. So that is our position at this point in time. But meanwhile, we continue to focus on our e-commerce platform to increase the sales, to deliver to homes. And also we divert our effort and resources to other places that where the restrictions are not so tight, like outside Klang Valley, outstations. So these are all the things that you have to continue to do, because the situation is so fluid. We face situations where suddenly in the middle of the night, the government release height list, HIDE, and then tens of the stores has to be closed in those areas. So what do you do? So it is a situation that everybody is facing. It is the way it is. So that's what I want to say. We wait like a hungry man, well positioned, but at the meantime, continue to juggle and reposition your resources.
Okay, Mr. Lokita, we have another questions by Guruvinder Singh. All right, is it easy to get franchise? Any criteria right now?
For MyNews, we have not begun to do franchising. For CU, we are in what we call gestation mode. We just brought in the brand half a year ago.
Yes.
So we would like to grow and also to popularize the brand, as well as to learn all the new ways to operate the Korean brand. So after that, we will go on a franchise expansion.
Okay, diharap itu menjawab persoalan daripada Guru. Alright, okay, sebelum we wrap up our session, it's just half an hour. Actually, we want to talk more, but can you, before we wrap up, can you share with us your word of wisdom to the audience? Yes.
Yeah, I think the word of wisdom, for me, I've always preached the same. It was actually asked earlier. As an entrepreneur, be unstoppable. Keep going, even when the going gets tough. You have to persevere with passion. And it is called GRIT, G-I-T-E. It is very popular and being promoted by Professor Angela Duckworth. And I find it very, very meaningful and very, very inspirational. That's what drives an entrepreneur. That's what pushes you through good and bad times. Stay efficient, stay healthy, and the pandemic has taught us that we must always be thrifty, be healthy, and preserve your profitability. Don't waste. Build a strong foundation. When bad times or crisis struck, you can withstand it, you can sustain it. That is very, very important.
Okay, Mr. We have another question by Dato' Lai. Okay, Dato' Lai is asked, apart from the digitalization, any other strategies for entrepreneurs to survive and to continue to survive after the pandemic?
Specific strategies, I think it relates to specific business. But as an entrepreneur, I think everyone has that entrepreneur spirit. Just be disciplined. Discipline
is more important. Yes. Okay. And never give up. That's more important.
Unstoppable.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Must be passionate, efficient, and healthy. The most important. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. To AminHayat show Flying High After Crisis, Mr. Luke. Stay safe. All right. Thank you very much. So I'll see you in the gym.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, take care. Alright, itu dia antara antara kata-kata semangat daripada Mr. Dang Tarikh, iaitu Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Kumpulan MyNews Holdings Berhad. Baiklah, untuk makluman kepada anda, saya ingin mewar-warkan minggu hadapan terdapat perubahan sedikit dalam AminHayat Show Flying High After Crisis. Masanya akan ditayangkan pada setiap hari Isnin jam 1 tengah hari, dan yang kedua, saya pada hari Rabu saya akan bawakan satu segmen baru yang cukup istimewa, iaitu The Millionaire Chef bersama Joko. Dan juga pada hari Khamis jam 1 tengah hari, saya akan membawakan anda segmen khas The Real Investment. Okey, jangan ke mana-mana, pastikan anda bersama kami untuk pada hari Isnin 12 Julai 1 tengah hari. Saya akan bawakan kepada anda Mr. Wilson Low, iaitu pengasas dan Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Wilstex Sendirian Berhad, yang di mana syarikat beliau telah memenangi banyak anugerah dan memberikan sumbangan kepada industri ini. Tetapi untuk itu, terima kasih kepada anda yang setia bersama saya pada hari ini. Kita jumpa pada hari Isnin jam 1 tengah hari. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum dan bye-bye.